Aloha, I'm Tiana. I grew up here in Salt Lake County in the Valley, and now I'm a mother growing a daughter in the same valley of Utah. Growing up through elementary school, middle school, and high school, my family was a little different. Some of the things that we did, ate, how we spent our time was different from others. But now as an adult, I look back and I see that that was cultural identity. That's how I was raised for a reason. So it's my turn now to raise my daughter and give her the same cultural identity lessons that I grew up with, not just from my parents, but from my community. As a child, I enjoyed spending my free time working and perfecting the craft of Polynesian dance. More specifically, Polynesian dance from Hawaii, Tahiti, and Samoa, all Polynesian islands. I competed professionally and traveled outside of Utah, made it to Tahiti, and also participated in their Heva and placed third internationally. Now that was when I was in high school, but most of my free time when I wasn't in school and with my friends was spent dancing and learning and traveling for Polynesian dance and music. As a child, I remember being busy with not only luau's and competitions, but Polynesian food booths and caterings, all sorts of gigs. There is a lot of us in our family, 7 kids. And I just remember as a child watching my mom booking things, networking throughout the community, getting referrals, and no questions asked. It's time for a show. Get all the costumes, hop in the car, go do the show. That was a busy life. We were traveling a lot as well for holidays, just like everybody else, but more specifically for competitions, and we made it internationally as a family to compete like that next to my siblings and to watch my mom affiliate herself with like-minded individuals here in Salt Lake County in the Valley to make these things happen was amazing. I was 18 years old, I got married, and at 19, I had my daughter. As life moves fast, I got lost in the hustle and bustle of working corporate, going to school, and just the fast lane life, the American fast lane life. I stopped dancing. I focused more on what I could do to flip a coin, what I could do to make a profit. In motherhood, shortly after high school, I married a Tongan. And my daughter, being half Tongan, opened up a whole new island to learn and absorb. I realized at that time that I had never learned the style of Tongan dance before. I've never used it in a luau. I never competed with it. But now that I have a child who identifies with that culture, the doors opened and I became a student, eager to learn and absorb that culture so that I could teach it correctly to her, taking the time to strengthen her and make her aware of all of that We almost have to grow together and continue learning it side by side so that she can continue that through generations to come. Kick off those shoes and let's practice the kaholo. Feet are slightly apart. Bend those knees. Heading to your right first. Step together. As life happens, there came a moment in my time where I really wanted to focus on rebuilding myself. And I remember one day going to my mom and asking her with a heavy heart, why did all of these things end like the way that they ended? I can't enjoy these traditions that we've been practicing the same as I was enjoying them before. And she told me, Tiana, traditions are nice when they're old. Old traditions are nice when they're practiced. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't start a new tradition. It also doesn't mean that you can take an old tradition and elevate it to what you need. So I had this idea that traditions elevated was something that was needed in the world, not just for myself, not just for my child, but I wanted to take the way that I was raised, those strong traditions, revisit them and adjust them or elevate them to our modern day life now. Our focus is to work throughout the community to elevate traditions, but also take the time to learn old traditions and help people become more culturally conscious to all cultures, not specifically Polynesian, but all cultures across the globe, because cross-cultured people are everywhere. We're in a day and age where it's a melting pot. And we choose to have children and bring them up, and those children might be different from how you were raised. So Traditions Elevated gives us an opportunity to hyper-focus on that project or that activity, that child or that grown adult. Listen to what they're needing and elevate their mission with a focus on culture and art, whether that's dance or music. One of the things that we have been doing within the community here in Utah is networking with those cultural pioneers, specifically Polynesians, that are already here in the valley, and bringing them to one central place to offer a hula club where we have live musicians that come and our doors are open to all. We teach a lot of kids, and this is an intro Polynesian dance class where they can come and enjoy their time spent with the live music and have the opportunity to be engaged with the community as they are. You don't necessarily need to be Polynesian at all. And as we've been practicing throughout the community over the last couple of years, we've found that it has become very popular. Thanks to social media, we took our nonprofit concept of Traditions Elevated to TikTok. And very quickly, there was a response. Within 1 year, we hit 17,000 people to follow us.